These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hello, I'm Megan Thompson, tracking those top stories on this Thursday from ABC15 Arizona. And the valley hit hard by storms this week. At Desert Sky Mall near 75th Avenue in Thomas is now closed after the roof partially collapsed. Phoenix Fire says it will stay that way until repairs are made. The ceiling dropped inside a dental office during a severe thunderstorm Wednesday evening, breaking a water line, flooding not only the office, but many other stores. Employees and patients were inside at the time, saying they heard popping sounds and then saw the cracks on the ceiling.
So I was like, oh my gosh, get out. And I was just, like patients, were getting numb, and I was like, everyone just walk out.
Well, Phoenix Fire did tell ABC15, thankfully, that no one was hurt in all of that chaos. Not having a real ID could soon cost you more time at the airport and money. Today, transportation officials will propose a new rule that would make travelers without a real ID pay an $18 fee to get registered in a biometric system. That registration would last for 10 days. Well, ABC15 has been listening to small business owners as they deal with the impacts of tariffs and rising costs. But with recent changes to federal policies, wanted to check back in and see how they're doing.
Hopeful, and I think the market has calmed a bit.
A month ago, I was like, my lease is up in April. Am I going to resign? Am I going to close? I haven't. But right now, I'm like feeling like I need to give it a little bit more time.
I'm on threads all the time looking at what's going on, and I gotta know.
The Commerce Department now says the U.S. trade deficit fell by nearly 24% in August as the tariffs pushed global imports lower. Okay, Smart Shoppers, Thanksgiving is now 1 week away. When it comes to meal savings, you'll be walking away with slightly more in your wallet than last year. Scripps News Group's Dell Walters breaks down what Turkey Day staples you can snag for less in 2020.
President Trump has said more than once.
Walmart just announced that the cost of their standard Thanksgiving meal is reduced by 25% this year from last year.
But reality is a little more complicated. Families will pay about 5% less for their Thanksgiving meal compared to last year. This according to data Wednesday from the American Farm Bureau Federation.
And that's largely driven by a decrease in the price of frozen turkey.
A 16-pound turkey now costs on average about $21.50 in the grocery store, while wholesale turkey prices are actually rising.
Those wholesale prices are up, according to the USDA, by about 40%. But there's no guarantee that retailers are going to put that entire cost increase on the consumer. In fact, turkeys are what's known as a loss leader in the grocery industry.
Grocery stores are willing to lose money to get customers through the door.
We're certainly very fortunate that the retailers use the turkeys as a way to get more shoppers in their stores. So there really is a very, very good value for those consumers.
Other Thanksgiving staples are also cheaper this year, like eggs, domestic wine, and certain breads.
And that's due in part to a struggling farm economy. Low commodity prices, such as wheat, have really driven down the price for things like dinner rolls, stuffing, and pie crust.
But families will pay more if they're serving beef. That is up 15% this year. And more for frozen peas, milk, and sweet potatoes. Meanwhile, Democrats are keeping the spotlight on tariffs.
As we approach Thanksgiving and the holiday season, food costs are skyrocketing.
Dell Walters, Scripps News Group.
A reminder for you, if you do need help getting a Thanksgiving meal on the table, we have a list of places where you can get the turkey and the fix-ins for free. You can find it right now at abc15.com.
With your most accurate forecast on this Thursday, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. It is an ABC 15 weather action day, at least for the rest of the morning, as showers will impact the commute here in the valley till about midday or so. But temperatures slow to warm up. We'll be in the lower 60s by noon and calling for a high of only 65 degrees, which is roughly 10 degrees below normal for mid to late November. As far as rainfall amounts, we could see an additional 1/4 to 1/2 inch in the valley through midday and then drying out. In the high country, snow level still right around 6,500 to 7,500 feet, with snowfall amounts anywhere from an inch or two in a few spots. Northern parts of the state, highs staying in the upper 30s in Flagstaff, 40s along the rim in the White Mountains. Window Rock, you'll be at 44, with 50s and 60s across central and southern parts of the state, including areas like Lake Havasu City with a high of 66 degrees, 59 in Graham County. 7-day forecast showing temperatures staying in the 60s in the metro through early next week, with rain chances now at 50% on Saturday. In the high country, rain and snow chances continue through Sunday, then drying out and warming up beginning early next week.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head on over to ABC15.com, or you can download that free ABC15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.